It is open, my friends, while toils have yet to begin. Laughter will be heard in gales and floods, but if not, at least there will be blood. The sorrow and loss may abound. We'll do our best to hold this hallowed ground.
Welcome back to Nightbane, or as we call it now today, the Noodle Factory. Because we're noodles. Anyway, we've had a noodle discussion going on, and you have to join us on our Patreon, maybe, to see it.
Someday
But anyway,
that exists.
welcome back to Nightbane. We have gone over our mission statement. We've all agreed that we need to travel the mirrors in 2 cities, get caught, get tortured, and maybe find some help. It's get help. We love get help.
Total
That was
Avengers
some kind of
reference.
pun. I sure didn't know it.
It's a Marvel reference.
Guess so. It's a Marvel reference, yeah.
Yeah.
But we have a few days, like 10, before suitable mirrors are found. So what are you guys going to do in the meantime? What do you want to do? You're in a camp of people. There is definitely lore studying that could be done, skill studying that can be done. You know, what would you like to do? Help improve the hydroponics? Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Well,
going to say, that's what I would like to do. I would like to help improve the hydroponics area. Yes.
Okay. Anybody
I-
else?
Would like to spend time in the garden area as well, but focusing more on the compost part of things rather than the hydroponics themselves. But I will stop in every so often to check out the hydroponic system, see what's going on.
Lawrence is going to leave them to the nature-y stuff. And he's going to go figure out his PPE use. Walk around camp to the people who use PPE on a regular basis. Probably the twins, for a good chunk of it. Try to get experience on utilizing his own to gain an understanding of what his reservoir feels like, so that he can spend another good chunk of the time trying to gently sieve his PPE into this device.
I am going to actually say that Isabella is going to be your best bet.
Oh yeah, no. Telepathy. That's a yeah. It's a good shout.
She's been around for a lot longer. And probably has a better understanding of PPE, telepathy. But doing what you want to do, she will tell you, hasn't been done before. There is nothing that requires a stream of PPE. Everything is always due, instant. put the PPE and go. You know, abilities, mirrors. You know, it's all, I need this much PPE to do something. If something requires a constant PPE expenditure, such as the shroud that is up, requires 1 PPE per hour, the twins will tell you. It is still 1 PPE per hour. It's a one-time thing. What you're looking to do is create a current of PPE. And that's never been done before. As far as the consensus in the camp goes. Make sense?
Yeah, yeah. Well, walking to one of the staging areas again, he's just going to be talking to himself. Okay, right. Well, I mean,
It's a really unique concept, but
every great
we don't
field.
have anything that you're basically making electronics based on PPE.
Yeah,
Never been done before.
every field has its great pioneers.
Yeah. What made you come up with this idea?
Running concept in my head. I mean, most of the time when you need like I mean, like, okay, so all the, all the survival games I've ever played, what they do is they scavenge a lot of electricity, like gasoline or something like solar panels. Well, I figured we have this natural source of power inside of us, so if we can figure out kind of how to siphon it and do a constant stream to keep something going, should we ever get to that point, it might be a good idea to, how to do that.
After a couple minutes of thought, Isabella goes, there is one example of streaming PPE that I know of.
Hmm.
They're called ley lines. How to make them? No idea. How to constantly pull a stream from a ley line? No idea. But the ley lines are a flowing PPE.
Coursing stream of energy.
That would sound like a question that a magic user might know the answer to. She says.
Yeah. Shane Mars died.
Very, 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 very big loss.
Player question. My thought seed thing doesn't work on Nightbane, right?
Let me look.
I thought you said Nightbane are immune to that sort of thing. I don't know if that'd be a form of mind control.
It kind of is, yeah. I just want to read it and see how it's worded.
Probably poorly.
Yeah, somebody keeps saying something. Talk. I don't want that air as I'm mumbling through and looking
You
at
can go
things.
get merch at our merch store. Much like this
Sorry.
t-shirt. Let's do it to it, y'all. It's good old rally.
Do it. And then once you get that, eat pretzels. Not related, but still good.
Hashtag not sponsored by any pretzel company. But you
But welcome to
could.
sponsorship.
You could have us eating pretzels and going, check out this brand of pretzel.
Brand of pretzels.
They're great. We prefer
I
them
tell you, they
here
better
at
be
the
great.
end.
I'm not going to eat them, and I'm not going to say they're great.
I don't like pretzels.
So. What about soft pretzels? I need
Damn.
a boatload of soft pretzels.
We've had this conversation, actually.
Pretzels, enough pretzels.
Yeah.
You like soft pretzels?
No.
Put some mustard on it and let's
Too
You
much
don't like
salt.
any pretzels?
Too much salt.
What with
All
the
I get is salt.
cheese?
It's even more salt.
Mm.
Okay, anyway. After doing some research, Nightbane are immune to all forms of mind control. I would not consider this to be mind control. This is mind delving because you physically
Oh.
make contact with the person and you delve the mind. So you're not controlling them, you're just getting information from them. This is the player. Now figuring this out for your character will take some time.
Well, very good. Well then, in that case, as well as working on the garden area, what have you, I would also like to practice up on that ability because I've never successfully used it, as far as I can tell. I don't think I've ever successfully used it. I tried the one time and went unconscious when I rolled a natty 1. So. Yeah. So
explain to me how you're going to go about doing this practice.
right,
Convincing somebody, hey, I need to put some branches inside your head for a moment.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some volunteer. I'll start with Lawrence,
Nope.
or Millie. Anybody want to volunteer?
Sure, go for it.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, when you ask Lawrence, his immediate reaction is, ha, no, and he walks away.
You know what this would be like? Not to throw any, but there was recently a movie by a very major M-based studio that had a D-type character and a W-type character team up, and there was an evil villain in this movie who put their fingers into somebody's mind and got things out of it. This is what I see your ability being like.
I have no idea to what you refer, but I am gonna try to work
go
this.
for it.
So yeah, I'm gonna attempt to do so. My screen keeps freezing. Can you hear me when I'm frozen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I can hear you, but everything's frozen. So
Weird.
it's not the best.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm gonna. Well, I haven't fully thought up what my my thing will be. I'll just. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Just really, just put a little sappy leaf on you. And then delve into your mind for practice.
Okay. Save versus psionic.
From what?
Psionic.
Okay.
Did a psionic attack.
Ah, okay. 14,
So
and apparently I have a +5 on it, so 19.
that would be a save.
Wait, do I want to lose? Do I want him I do want to lose.
Well, you do
Yes.
want to fight back, otherwise it's not good practice.
Okay. Then I suppose we'll dedicate a couple of days to just giving this a whirl.
Yeah.
Should I roll again? See what happens?
No.
Okay.
Don't worry about it, Ron. I'm just trying to. So the note of victims who have an ME of 7 or less are controlled for an hour rather than the usual half hour. So I guess there is an aspect of control.
I don't have that ability yet, though.
Yeah, you don't have that ability, and it wouldn't work against Nightbane. You can delve a Nightbane's mind, but you can't control them.
Okay.
Period. So you guys are going to have 10 days to practice and play. You will figure out how to do this, but you will also figure out that doing it against a Nightbane is very difficult.
Okay.
They can save pretty easily. Cool. Anything else in this 10-day period?
So, question of clarification.
Mm-hmm.
Is what Lawrence is trying to do impossible, or should I keep trying?
It's not impossible, no. I mean, the sheer fact that they built it means it's possible. It's just you have no idea how it was done, nor do any other Nightbane. PPE-based electronics is not from this universe.
Right, okay.
So you've got a huge uphill battle to figure this out, but it's not impossible. It's definitely not going to be something you're going to figure out anytime quickly.
Right, still dedicate some time to it, but... because player brain can't think of ways around it, so the best thing I can come up with is just saying a generic he's studying this process.
Give me another roll. I'll give in 10 days. Give me another roll on your engineering skill.
Ah! Sniper, where is my engineering skill? Ah, there it is. Yeah? Yeah, no. Good grief.
What'd you get?
91.
I'm still going to give it to you. Just because you spent 10 days on it. This is why it took the whole 10 days to come up with this idea. But given your electronics background and everything else, you realize what might be better is going back to your electronics background. Plugging something in directly to a wall socket would blow it up. You always built in capacitance into your circuits and limiters. So maybe you need to design something like that that acts the same way. No clue what or how to build something like that, but you need something that you could put a good amount of PPE into and have it slowly trickle out of that into the circuit. Would be a better route than you trying to figure out how to do this through you.
Right. I need supplies.
Well, luckily, you're going to go to a town.
Yeah.
Okay. So One thing I didn't do, considering somewhere in this 10-day period, let's going to say a day or two after the initial meeting, Isabella is going to call everyone together and go, okay, first decision we need to figure out as a group. What city should we attempt? What is that right balance of risk versus reward? Some little small city is not, there's going to be less of a chance that there's going to be a Nightbane there. Whereas going to Washington, D.C. pretty much means you're going to die instantly. So where's that risk versus reward? What city should be our first attempt? Probably on the low side, but what city would you give us an idea? Or should we be looking?
Ox is confused by this question. We have almost zero knowledge of what to look for or to expect.
Well, we're talking about population base. The bigger the population, the more chances that there will be Nightbane there. But there's also more chance of there being government there. So how big of a population center should we target to start with? That's
so
the question.
Assumption is that probability-wise,
Yeah.
if we go to a larger city, we will have a higher chance of there being Nightbane.
You have a higher chance on both sides. Yeah, higher chance of there being Nightbane there, and also higher chance of running into problems. So where is that risk versus reward? What's the city size? What's the city that we should try? We shouldn't try a Denver or, a capital city, or probably even a million city. Should we be trying 100,000 population city, or maybe a 50,000 population city? What's an idea? What city should we try? That's what the question is.
Another question is the expectation that we will go to these places in our form or in our facade?
You're not going to be able to walk around
Right.
in your amorphous form, so you're probably going to have to be in facade for some of it. But I mean, it's going to be up to you which form you're going to be in at what point.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Lawrence?
I mean, if you only go out at night and do it completely stealthily, maybe you can get away with just being in your morphous.
Also kind of depends on the amorphous forms that are going through as well. I mean, you, Isabella, you could probably walk through perfectly fine without anyone realizing. Whereas Ox, you're a tree.
I'll just stay still for most of the time.
You could be the guard watching the mirror.
You see?
Depending on where the mirror is.
Well, I can guarantee you'll be behind a tree.
Well, there's a terminology. It's called aim small, miss small. Go for a small target, get the idea and feel for how the operation goes, and then start aiming bigger as you start getting more used to it and more equipped.
Definitely sounds like a plan.
So maybe a smaller town than even what you even suggested. Like no more than 5,000 for the first or 1 or 2. Or 3.
What are the odds we're going to find a Nightbane in a 5,000?
Probably fairly
town?
limited, but we also need supplies. And we can do
Yeah, but
supply
also-
missions.
Also, the police force in those small towns are typically really on the ball because they're bored. They don't have much else to do.
Go
Think
in as
about those
tourists.
trap towns.
Small, little, tiny missions. Again, the aim here is not to actually succeed in the mission that's going through, but to work out the kinks of what the mission is. So we work out the details of how to execute what we're doing. How much time do we actually need in each place? What is the overall goal? Are we just going for finding Nightbane? Are we going for supplies? Are we going to find magic people? I can't imagine magic people really wanting to be in the highlight inside the line sight of bigger population cities either, so what are we really aiming for?
Entirely true. But anyway.
I think just me. What do I know? But
A lot, Uncle Ox. You know a lot.
Everybody knows the same here, so let's.
It seems like if we can find one Nightbane on, these first couple of missions, that sounds like a success to me. Obviously, other stuff would be
Agreed.
bonus, but that seems like the easiest point of success currently, since we don't have. It seems difficult to find information at this point, and I have no idea to find these special weapons. So, but Nightbane, we've already found some of those. You found us, so that seems like it's that could be something that we could actually do at this point.
I mean, there are what? How many of us here? 14? 15?
Approximately.
So a single increase in number is nearly a 10% increase in our population size. Do we have the supplies to hold out for that? I think we need to prioritize some things.
When you say supplies, what do you mean by supplies?
Tents, bedding. How is our hydroponics doing? I mean, if we need to increase that, we're going to need
Better
some
than
more
it
stuff
was.
for that. If we're going to...
Let's say as far as food goes, given your Nightbane, that's not a problem.
Well, yeah.
But you're right, tents and other things we do need. But we should be able to find those practically in any city we go to.
Yes.
Of size.
Who's got the money to pay for it? How are we going to acquire it?
That's a trick. That's what you're going to have to figure out.
That's why I think we should focus on smaller places first, so we can get the kinks out of how our process works, before going to a bigger place and risking it at a higher basis. That's just my thought. I mean, like what Isabella said, we're all trying to figure this out together, so...
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Let me look at something here. I'm surprised, Lawrence. I figured you would come up with an idea.
He did come up with an idea, that was it.
No, I'm joking. I'm saying, I figured the first words out of your mouth were going to be, "Hey, let's go to Area 51" or something like that.
No. It's too risky. If I was Cook, yeah. Let's go balls to the wall, just go all in, shall we?
Marsh Hall. Okay, let's see here.
For context for the other two people while they're thinking about this, Cook definitely led a plan to rob Fort Knox of all its gold.
Did they succeed?
Yes.
Oh. How'd they came
Anyway,
right
It
on?
was a level of success.
yeah,
They got rich real fast, but also drew a lot of attention.
have attention.
A lot of attention. Risk and reward.
You guys want to go to
Thankfully-
Pueblo?
How big is Pueblo?
Pretty big.
Yeah. I say I found a town, in a random town. So while you guys were talking it out, so I know where we're going now.
Okay, where are we going?
Marshalltown, Iowa.
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 Who wants to go to Iowa? It's almost as bad as
I forgot.
Oklahoma.
I always forget about Iowa.
So hold on a second. Let me I'll put the
Iowa,
coordinates.
$10 to someone? Haha. That's a bad joke.
Oops. How about the other Nightbane channel? There you go.
Hmm.
They didn't want to be anywhere close because especially we didn't want to go to a town in Canada just in case things did go wrong. You weren't close enough to camp to lead people back.
But things go astray. We're gonna have to walk all the way back.
Yeah, good exercise. 27,000. It's farming community, but it is a bigger town. But it's in Iowa. It's a ways away from practically everything I can see.
And it's not too big.
It's not big, 27,000, but it's still big enough. You might get lucky there. So now I need to figure out where. What's your entry point's going to be?
Well, we go to the. There's probably mirrors in the YMCA.
I wouldn't do that, yes.
I do have a big question here.
Yes?
How are we picking up supplies?
With your hands?
Yeah, are we planning on paying for them or stealing them?
Did you bring any money with you?
In the form of plastic cards, which I don't think we want to use.
Nope. So figure it out.
So reassuring.
You know what they say, if it's a chain, it's free reign.
Excuse me. Millie, who says that, and why do they say it?
Yeah, I was just wondering that. Why is a lawyer saying this?
Excellent question, Lawrence.
Well, I think by this point I've probably been disbarred because I didn't submit to the state mandatory blood tests. So my attorney status is up for debate.
Yeah, you're still a lawyer to me.
Thank you. Plenty of people say this, and essentially it means don't steal from a small business, but it's fine if it's a massive mega corporation chain. So they've
Great.
just reduced it down to a little rhyme.
So find wall cart and put everything in a backpack and you turn invisible.
There you have it.
Okay.
Your entry point has been found. I am going to call this business out of business. Has been out of business for quite a long time.
I thought that was the name you were giving it for a second.
No. Here's your coordinates.
Imagine calling a business out of business as the business name.
This business has been out of business. It's abandoned. That's the word I was going for. This is an abandoned business.
Nice.
We're going to pause and play.
Night Day was bad for pause and play.
Oh, just so you're aware, there is a wall cart in this town.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the beauty of using Google Maps, Google Earth. We know exactly what's in this town. So that is point 1. Bear with me while I find point 2. That is your main point. But we discussed that we will have a backup location. Oh yeah, these things are always abandoned. But I'm not going to say that on air.
Blockbuster.
Nope.
They've been out of
Anyway.
business for years now, so we can say that.
Yeah. Here is your backup location in case something goes wrong.
That's very far.
Just on the other side of town.
I get what you mean now.
It's abandoned. I'm trying to figure out what is that area, that land area in front of it that looks like it's diseased and destroyed. But anyway, that's why it's abandoned. Whatever happened there just gave off bad vibes.
There's probably some
Or at least
folk area.
on my Google Earth, something's there. Okay, so the plan is, since this is the first... Sorry, I didn't thought somebody was saying something. Since this is the first attempt, how long do you guys want to go? Actually, we'll pose it as a question. How long do you want to go in for? Do you want to give yourselves a day, a week?
12 hours?
Let's make it longer than that. You got to be able to get in.
Find the
Remember,
people, convince them.
You've never been here. You don't know where anything is. You're gonna have to find it. Take time to find people. That's why I'm thinking multiple days. Actually, it's a small enough town. You should be able to hide, or you go on the run. You circle back. As long as you don't get caught at the entry point. I don't know. It's up to you guys how you want to do this. But how many? Isabella would suggest 7 days.
7 days.
If that's agreeable.
Sure.
Tangerine has clearly not seen the ring, and I think that is a crime.
And you don't like pretzels, and I think you should be imprisoned.
Whoa. That's a little
Wow.
aggressive. First off,
Wow.
He's putting scary gifts in the chat.
Also, I've never seen that either. So,
Oh my goodness.
no interest. I don't get the allure. Unlike soft pretzels, which I am allured by.
Too salty.
7 days. Sounds like a plan. Let's do it. How will you know? Are you going to like light up the backup spot like 6 hours after the first spot if we don't show up, or what?
24 hours.
7 days
that
for
mean?
point A, 8 days for point B.
Yeah.
Okay.
7 days, 7 days, point one, point A, whatever you want to call it. The portal will activate 5 minutes after, or at midnight, whatever. At midnight, I dropped my pen. At midnight for 5 minutes. If no one comes through,
What happened to Rat Boy? And is he like part of our traveling group? Will Rat Boy be coming with us? Probably
he
not,
is
right?
technically not part of your traveling group, but you can always ask him.
Do we want to bring the Rat Boy?
Well, I guess the real question is, so we're all just volunteering, right? Just kind of like, all right, newest members here, we volunteer.
Yeah, you're volunteering. It's also going to be, I mean, Isabel will tell you. I mean, Isabel's not going to beat around the bush or anything. As far as Nightbane go, you three are some of the strongest here.
Oh,
It's because remember that Nightbane level thing. Everyone else here is a Nightbane type 1, or only has one ability. Some of them are still human, which makes them easy to pass, but if things go bad, you three are practically the best. Now, Freddy is a little bit more experienced, but he's also a motorcycle. May not make easy for going around. It's up to you guys. You could ask Freddy to come too if you wanted,
Also,
or the
did
vampire hunter. You
we
could take the vampire hunter.
did we want to work during the night?
theoretically, we're going to have to work during the day.
Mm,
Some people are going to be about. And if we're going in as there's facades, it's the other point.
very good.
How quickly can we transition from facade to Morphus? Is it literally in the blink of an eye at this
Yes.
point, or is it still a bit of a process?
It's literally in the blink of an eye.
Cool. Also, we could be sending out multiple parties.
Yes, they're already looking for another spot.
Oh, great. So why don't the three of us just go? And then some of the other 3 people or whatever go somewhere else.
Yes.
We want someone to keep an eye on the mirror, right?
I suppose.
So 4 people, 1 safeguard, 3 wanderers. Place to
They-
return.
Boy!
So Tanya says she can block the mirror once you go through it and keep it blocked for 7 days.
7 days.
So the only problem would be if that would probably prevent anyone from spying on you and anyone else possibly from coming through if by random chance somebody would come through.
I was just thinking about
You're-
moving it or breaking it.
Yeah,
This
see,
building's
that
actually
would be-
abandoned?
this is an abandoned building, which also means, what the odds some kids are gonna come into it and go, oh look, a mirror. And what do kids do with unbreakable things or unbroken things?
They
They
break 'em.
break them. Yeah. So it's up to you guys how you want to do this. She cannot make the mirror unbreakable, unfortunately. She can just prevent it from being used.
Yeah, let's bring Rat Boy. Just for
Rat
fun.
Boy's real name? Isn't it Lewis?
What is Rat Boy's name? I prefer Rat Boy. Regardless of what his name
Let's call him
is.
Roy.
Roy. Oh, for Rat Boy.
Yeah.
Well, I know he
Keith.
does have a name.
Keith.
Keith, that's
Oh, his name
right.
is Keith. Okay.
Keith.
Keith.
Joseph.
Oh,
Keith. Joseph.
I remember now. That's why. Yeah.
I get him confused
yes.
with Mr. Keys from the other campaign, Kiefer Southland or whatever his name was.
Kiefer Southland.
Very good. I can see why I called him Rat Boy instead. Yes.
Well, it's
He
also
actually could be a really good guard.
Perfection. Keith, you're in. You up for it?
He'll say sure.
Sweet. Let's do it.
let's
Okay.
make like Bilbo and go on adventure.
Make like a tree and leave.
That's you.
Okay.
And we're all going to facade before we step through, yeah?
Since, I mean, that is, again, up to you guys. It is abandoned. And
Maybe,
you will see the area before you step through it.
Okay.
It is
Well,
an internal mirror in one of the rooms in this pause, whatever it was, say a veterinarian clinic or something. I don't know.
Blah blah blah.
So
okay, we'll have a look through, see what's what. I might go in as a tree, just to make sure, safeguard, and then facade. But we'll have a look, see what there is.
Are we going at night or day? Day and night. What?
again, your choice.
My vote is for it to be midnight to midnight across the 7 days, but just for ease of keeping track.
We can go in at midnight, so it'll be
Midnight.
very dark.
I have an idea for how we can scout the city.
Yeah, me too. It's called a shroud and flying.
Yeah, that was my idea too.
Midnight?
Midnight.
Yep.
Midnight it is. So, anyway, I'm not going to be that terrible and say midnight, which time zone?
Time zone that we're going to.
But midnight, 7 days. Try and find Nightbane. Try and find information. Try and find magic users. Try and find supplies. We're ready. We're set. We know what we're doing. We're energized. Tune in next time and find out how they jump through the mirror into the tree chipper.
Hey!
And see what happens. Thank you for joining us. And the missions will start. Bye.
The year may have closed for now. We hope you met a friend this go He